So I came to Southern California when I immigrated here from the Philippines, and then I actually moved to. I lived in LA for the longest time, and then I recently moved down to Santa Ana because of my current job. I moved here, I think, around the 2000, and I was around 7 years old. I actually, the funny thing is, I didn't know why we were leaving. All I remembered was my mom was just saying that we were gonna go to Disneyland. So I was like, yeah, sure. And then next thing you know, I enrolled in school, and then I started like living here. And then I didn't really know what was happening, but um, so I remember not wanting to leave, but because we were traveling, I thought that was the reason why. Um, and then but later on, my mom told me that we were leaving just because of better financial stability here, better job opportunities, and I think just life in the United States was a lot better, which is why she really wanted to move here. So at least for the students that we work in, one of the challenges with really with COVID-19 is for students to transition from in-person to online learning. I think one, it was difficult for a lot of students just because they don't have a lot of like space, like personal space for them to do work. I know there's a question ahead about if like folks live in multi-generational households, but definitely the students that we work with, like they have multiple families like living in one home. And so like finding a space to do work and to do their schoolwork at home is hard. To just having the privacy for them to do it is also really hard just because when they're at home, a lot of our students have multiple roles, like being the caregiver, like being like an older sister, older brother who have to teach their siblings like how to navigate classes because that's something parents don't really know how to do. One thing that I had to make adjustment with, especially with working with students, is I had to make sure that I'm also giving students the flexibility and time to finish the work that they're doing. Um, so I have like student staff that I supervise, and so some things that I have to be like mindful is that at least some of my students didn't really have good stable internet access, that they were working from their phone. They had really slow laptops, and then and even just like productivity at home isn't going to be the same as being productive in person. So when our college provided like loaner laptops for our students, and then also the grant that our research center was funded also provided us with additional laptops. And then they also provided like webcams and like headsets for students to use. So that really helped them with like technology. I think they were also providing like Wi-Fi hotspot, which was really important for a lot of students. But if not, they gave them like resources. I think at that time, like Spectrum was offering like 60-day free internet service. So when our college started compiling like the different resources that can be found to like either like related to food, related to mental health, and things like that. So I guess one of my hopes for at least my students is that um, I I hope that they continue to take, because part of my role is also being a leadership lead, and so I hope that they continue to build to build stronger like community with community organizations, because I know that sometimes when you're in school you kind of just focus more about the resources that you have on campus, so you don't really build a lot of like network, or you don't really build rapport with other community orgs. And so hopefully in the work that I'm like that we're doing right now, like it encourages our students to like go build relationships beyond what they have on campus. One thing that COVID-19 has brought is that to AAPIs is that they realize like they're starting to feel that sense of discrimination against them. And I think COVID-19 has made that more like known and more prevalent. But I think because of that, a lot of AAPI folks are able to kind of share experiences with like Black folks in the Black community and the struggles that they're going to.